All right, and then we're going to count down. All right, so now, okay, let's get this party started.
A catalyst for change with the chance to thrive. Crystal is the one to stir up this and save lives. You get exposure, promotion, and marketing too. And advertise for business owners just like you. On Storytime, your interview is global.
Hey,
virtual
Sid.
or in person, just come on the show. Yo, your story matters. Crystals will open the door. 40 years of experience, ready to give you more on Storytime. Get ready for Storytime. Hey, come on.
Woo! Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Crystal. I am so excited to have Unkl Drew. Now, I think I hear echo. So let's turn down. Let me turn down this one over here. How do we sound over there, Sint? Is that better? Because I heard an echo. Diva in the building. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Tell me if you hear us okay, because I had to turn the volume down over there to make sure we're good. How you doing, Drew? Sound check.
Good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Can you hear us okay on IG? We know over here in the internet world, we want to make sure we're good. We are excited because we got Unkl Drew, y'all. We got Unkl Drew. Y'all know this man right here? There's a big echo. Okay, so Drew, can you turn one of your devices down?
Yeah, I got one in my ear, and I got the computer up.
So for those people out here on Facebook, LinkedIn, StreamYard, and YouTube, let me just tell you about this man right here, because I met him on IG, what we call Instagram, in those Instagram streets, y'all. And once I met this man, I knew that he had to be a guest because he is so profound. He's knowledgeable. When we came up and we have conversations, you meet interesting people. And this young man has definitely been one of those. His name is Chris Andrews. He's out of Georgia, the good state of Georgia, and he's a family man. And I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about what he does. I mean, he has so many gifts. I mean, we know he has Aeronomics LLC. We know he's a celebrity barber. We know that he's an author. He's a dad. He's a husband. Welcome, 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 Drew. What's good, man?
What's going on? How you feeling?
Now, I hear that echo over here this time. I don't know if they hear it over there, but I hear it. So that's why we're going to talk. So we're going to get it together. I'm amazing. I want to first start by saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your patience, man. Because I know we were supposed to do this when I was in the DR. But the internet and the Wi-Fi was iffy. And I did not want to have it be shaky while I had you on there. So I couldn't go through that with you. I knew that we wanted to have your attention. Now, there's a young lady that I told specifically I need her to come back today. I'm going to check to see if she came, because I did a live this morning. And this young lady, she needed you. She needed that thing that you do with how you have them do that whole project. And I told her, I said, oh, you need to come back at 3:30 today, because I got a man for you. I got a brother for you, because she needs to let some stuff go. You know, so I hope that she does come back. Right now, I'm not going to do too much moving around because I got all kind of contraptions going on. I got cords everywhere. Y'all, I'm not used to this midday stuff, but I had to adjust because Unkl Drew is a busy man, okay? He's a busy man. So, Drew, talk to me, man. Tell the people who never met you, who is the man we know as Unkl Drew?
Okay. So, Unkl Drew was born maybe about 15 years ago. It started with, my running in the music industry to cutting hair, to being not only a mentor to, say my own nieces and nephews, but, I have a lot of adopted, if you will, nieces and nephews around you know, throughout different areas of the city, state, whatever you want to call it, wherever I'm at. From cutting hair, you know, I became that. Cutting hair allowed me to become a mentor slash therapist. You know, it allowed me to see my life through other people. Music has always been my therapy. So, you know, dealing with the music industry, which I started playing instruments, I was 4 years old. So I've been a part of music all my life, pretty much. And I mean, I don't know where to, which way to go.
Okay.
I've done
Well,
a lot. So
wow. So let me ask you this. Take me back to little Drew. Take me back to Chris, the little guy, Chris. Was you born and raised in Georgia?
No, actually, I was born and raised in Texas. And the little guy, you know, I'll say this. I think my parents, and I talk about this a lot, my parents saw something in me when I was 4 years old, because I remember the summer of 1980. My parents came together and they had this conversation, and then they brought me in the room and said, hey, we're going to show you how to walk from school to home every single day. Now, mind you, I'm 4 years old. I'm this little bitty guy. And there was no daycare, none of that. It was my parents both worked 9 to 5s. And their goal was, we need you to learn how to get up in the morning, fix your breakfast, go to school, and get back home.
At 4.
At 4.
Wow. Let me ask you, the young lady's back. T, how do we sound over here? Because I want to make sure I don't hear echo. Turn it down a little bit on this side, on the right side, Drew, with the YouTube and everything. But I want to make sure that's the young lady I told you that was going to come back. So at 4 years old, so let me ask you, your parents, what kind of work do they do for them to have that kind of confidence, for them to have that kind of motive for you as a 4-year-old? There must be something they know that a lot of parents don't know. So what do your parents do? Let me ask you that.
Well, my mom, she was in the insurance industry. So my mom, I don't know if you're familiar with USAA, but my mom retired from USAA. And my dad, you know, he was in the security field. You know, he did security, law enforcement, stuff like that. And so they were both 9 to 5 people.
Let me ask you a question. Can you turn your volume down a little bit? She says she does hear echo. So
I got everything turned down. I got.
Oh, you do? Okay, so you coming out the. I don't know if it, when people are in their ears, how that works, because I've heard people say that. I don't know what does it. So hopefully it is clear enough, but you can hear. What I'll do is, to help, is when the other one is talking, I mute to try to make it not bounce off the wall. So I'll mute when you're talking. So your parents were just average parents. I mean, you know, career people, and they wanted to instill in you the ability to be able to take on those type of responsibilities. Let me ask you, did it work?
Yes. It worked. So the thing is, and I think my parents saw something in me. If I go as far back as I remember things when I was 2 years old, and I remember, you know, they used to talk about how I could identify McDonald's, or, you know, different things I could identify. My parents would be like, "How do you know that?" You know, and so I guess they saw whatever it was that God instilled in me. They saw that as me in that little bitty body, like, and what it did was, it was doing nothing more than shaping the mold of me being a responsible or a better up and coming future adult, if that makes sense. I think you're muted. Okay.
So you learned how to do all that at a young age. Tell me about you as a young child. Was you outspoken like you are now? Was you a shy little boy? You know, what kind of child was you? Was you adventurous? Was you a dreamer? Who was the little boy back then?
So I was a dreamer. Not only was I a dreamer, I've always been an extrovert. And, you know, it was funny because I remember in the first grade, actually, it was identified in kindergarten. In kindergarten, I remember my kindergarten teacher telling my, you know, I believe it was my dad, that I was just so active and I could finish. I was always, you know, finishing things before all the other kids. And then when I entered into first grade, it was the same thing. It was the same scenario. It was, matter of fact, they wanted to skip me up 2 grades when I was in the first grade.
So
And
let
my
me ask you this, because
parents didn't want to
I'm
do
gonna
that.
eliminate this. I'm gonna eliminate this echo, and this is what I want to do for over
Okay.
here on this side. I want you to give me a promotion. I want you to tell the people who is Drew. We're gonna go deeper in on IG, but I'm gonna cut this side off. But so I need to do this real quick. Follow me for a moment. Tell the
Okay.
people who is Uncle Drew. What is it you do? What kind of services you provide? And I know you're author. Tell them who is Uncle Drew, how they can reach you, and just exactly what services you have available for the good people around the world.
So Uncle Drew is, like you said, I'm definitely an author. Uh, I do security, executive protection. I still cut hair. Not, you know, for a living anymore, but I do still cut hair. Um, I never really went out looking to be a mentor, but I do mentorship. I do mentor people if necessary. Um, I'm just somebody that likes to bring a smile to people's faces if I can.
Okay. And so I know that you come out on Instagram and you're very inspirational. You're a man of faith. And you also tell a lot of people a lot of ways how to unpack their baggage and how to cope with life and how to let go of their past and to let go of things that they've gone through. Do you have a background that affords you the opportunity to do that, or did that from trial and error?
My background is experience.
Mm, mm.
I mean, I could sit here and sell it any other way, but to be honest, it's my background is my own personal experiences. And, you know, being that person that didn't have, you know, say the village. I was just talking about this with my brother. You know, some people don't have a village, you know, and you realize, like I was watching a TV series on Netflix, and it was I don't know if you've ever seen the TV show All American. And I was watching that, and it was something about it was one episode. I don't want to give away the series because everybody might not be up to speed like I am, but it was an episode that really kind of choked me up because I saw how Spence had his whole village come to his aid. And so it made me think about myself, and it made me realize, like, do I have a village? Everybody doesn't have a village, you know? And
That's very
go
true.
ahead.
So, how did your life experiences help to shape and mold you and build your character?
Um, I paid very close attention to my losses. And paying very close attention to those losses helped me to appreciate and understand how to cherish the wins. The losses hurt. I mean, I can go down a list of losses, but I think the biggest loss for me was my mom and a couple of things that happened around the loss of my mom that pushed me and forced me to say, it's just me now. Like I got to make sure that I got me together, and no matter what, you know, I talk to God, consult with God, get my mind right, make sure that I'm on top of my game because I can't call my mom and rely upon her anymore. She's not here.
I don't know. We're trying to get echo away. So here's what I'm gonna say, Patricia. Patricia, can you come over to YouTube, because I really want to focus on this and I want to hear what he has to say. And I want to tell everybody out here, Uncle Drew is an amazing young man. He's an author, he's a businessman, he's very resourceful, and he's a person that you definitely want to follow. How can the people follow you out here on social media?
I mean, my biggest or my most active platform, I would say, is Instagram. You know, you can find me on Instagram at I think it's Unkl_Drew, which is UNKL_DRU. And I just, you know, I try to go live with other people. I don't really do too many lives by myself. If I can help it, I try to go live with other people so that there's more substance to the conversation.
I would say if you are on Instagram, you want to follow Uncle Drew, because he always comes in with some substance. When he goes live, you are going to get something out of it. Okay. It's not for entertainment, it's for empowerment, you know. And so I'm going to end this over here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and I want to invite you to come join us over here on IG so that we can dive into this without this echo, because I don't want to echo, but I want to say we appreciate you and we want you to meet us over on Instagram so that we can do this. All right.